The moment the lights dimmed on night 6, something unusual happened. Fans didn't leave. They stayed, screaming, crying, holding on to a feeling they weren't ready to let go of. In what is quickly becoming one of the most talked about live music events of the year, Bruno Mars has delivered a 6-night concert run during the romantic tour that fans, and the industry, are still trying to process. Across 6 consecutive sold-out shows, Mars didn't just perform, he created an experience that blurred the line between concert and cultural moment. The aftermath has been just as powerful as the performances themselves, with fans flooding social media, replaying clips, and openly admitting they can't move on. The 6-night stretch, held in a major U.S. stadium, marked a defining chapter in the romantic tour, Bruno Mars' highly anticipated return to large-scale touring. Each night carried its own identity, yet maintained a consistent level of energy that many critics are calling rare in today's touring landscape. While most multi-night runs risk repetition, Mars did the opposite. He elevated each show, introducing subtle variations, spontaneous interactions, and emotionally charged performances that kept audiences guessing. Industry insiders note that this level of consistency is no accident. Mars, known for his meticulous attention to detail, reportedly spent months refining every second of the show. From the band's timing to the lighting cues, nothing was left to chance. Yet what made the 6-night run truly stand out wasn't perfection, it was unpredictability. Fans came expecting a concert. What they got was something closer to a shared emotional event. Recent footage from the tour shows crowds singing louder than the speakers, entire sections moving in sync, and moments where Mars simply steps back, letting the audience take control. These unscripted pauses became some of the most powerful highlights of the run. They weren't planned, but they became essential. They turned the performance into a conversation. Music critic Daniel Reyes described the phenomenon as a perfect storm of nostalgia, showmanship, and timing. In a recent interview, he explained, "Bruno Mars understands something many artists overlook. People don't just want to hear music, they want to feel seen through it." That's what happened over these 6 nights. It wasn't passive entertainment. It was emotional participation. That emotional connection is rooted in Mars' ability to bridge eras. His setlist seamlessly blends chart-topping hits with newer material, creating a sense of familiarity while still pushing forward. Songs that defined a decade sit comfortably alongside fresh tracks, reminding audiences why Bruno Mars remains one of the most versatile performers in modern pop. For longtime fans, it's a reunion. For newer listeners, it's a discovery. But beyond the music, it's the atmosphere that has kept fans talking. Reports from attendees consistently highlight the same elements: overwhelming energy, genuine interaction, and a sense that anything could happen. On night 3, a spontaneous crowd singalong reportedly lasted several minutes longer than expected, forcing the band to adapt in real time. On night 5, Mars extended a performance after noticing a section of fans refusing to stop singing. These moments weren't just highlights, they became defining memories. Producers within the live entertainment industry are taking notice. According to touring executive Melissa Grant, the 6-night run could influence how future concerts are structured. What Bruno Mars achieved here challenges the idea that large-scale shows have to be rigid, she said. There's a new blueprint emerging, one where precision and spontaneity coexist. That's incredibly difficult to execute, and even harder to sustain over multiple nights. The impact extends beyond the venue. Online, clips from the tour have generated millions of views within hours, with fans dissecting every moment. The phrase, "still can't move on," has become a recurring theme across platforms, signaling something deeper than typical post-concert excitement. It suggests attachment. It suggests that for many, the experience didn't end when the lights came up. Culturally, this kind of reaction is significant. In an era dominated by short attention spans and endless content, holding an audience's emotional investment for 6 consecutive nights is no small feat. It speaks to the enduring power of live performance, and to Bruno Mars' unique position within the industry. While trends come and go, his approach remains rooted in fundamentals, musicianship, charisma, and authenticity. There's also a broader narrative at play. The success of this 6-night run arrives at a time when the music industry is recalibrating its relationship with live events. After years of disruption, audiences are returning to concerts with heightened expectations. They want more than sound, they want connection. In that sense, the romantic tour isn't just meeting expectations, it's redefining them. Fellow artists have begun to weigh in. A prominent R&B singer, speaking anonymously, noted, "What Bruno Mars is doing right now raises the bar for everyone. It's not just about vocals or visuals anymore. It's about creating a moment people carry with them." That sentiment is echoed across the industry, where Mars' 6-night run is already being discussed as a case study in modern performance excellence. For Bruno Mars himself, the response appears to be both humbling and energizing. While he has not publicly commented in detail about the "can't move on" phenomenon, his on-stage demeanor tells its own story. Throughout the run, he frequently acknowledged the crowd's energy, often crediting fans for making each night special. It's a subtle reminder that while the show may be carefully crafted, its impact is co-created. From a business perspective, the implications are equally notable. Multi-night residencies have long been a staple in cities like Las Vegas, but replicating that success in touring environments is far more challenging. The fact that Bruno Mars managed to sustain demand and intensity across 6 consecutive nights suggests a shift in what's possible. It opens the door for more extended runs in single locations, provided the experience can match the standard set here. Yet numbers and strategy only tell part of the story. The real measure of success lies in the emotional residue left behind. Days after the final show, fans continue to share personal accounts, stories of lifelong memories, unexpected connections, and moments that felt larger than music itself. These narratives are difficult to quantify, but they are impossible to ignore. In many ways, that's the true legacy of the 6-night run. Not just the sold-out seats or viral clips, but the collective feeling it created. A reminder that at its best, live music can still surprise us. It can still move us. It can still make us stay a little longer, even after the final note. As the romantic tour continues, the question now is not whether Bruno Mars can maintain this level, it's how far he can push it. If the 6-night run is any indication, the answer may reshape expectations for years to come. For now, one thing is clear. Fans may eventually move on. But what happened over those 6 nights will stay with them, and with the industry, a lot longer than anyone expected. As the tour moves forward, anticipation continues to build in every city on the schedule. Industry analysts are already predicting that the momentum from this 6-night run will translate into even higher demand, with tickets selling out faster and resale markets surging. More importantly, expectations are shifting. Fans are no longer just hoping for a great show, they are expecting a once-in-a-lifetime experience every single night. For Bruno Mars, that pressure is both a challenge and an opportunity. Few artists can consistently deliver at this level, let alone exceed it. Yet if the early response to the romantic tour is any indication, Bruno Mars is not simply meeting the moment, he is defining it. His ability to merge precision with spontaneity, and spectacle with sincerity, places him in a category that few performers can reach. Music historian Carla Bennett recently noted, "We often talk about eras in pop music. Moments like this are what define them." And that may ultimately be the lasting impact of this 6-night phenomenon. Not just a series of unforgettable concerts, but a turning point, one that reinforces why Bruno Mars remains one of the most compelling live performers of his generation, and why audiences still can't quite let go.